I'm just going to give the light as a life strategist on what's really going on with these people. Taking away all the politics and the BS. Okay. All right. Let's go to it. If you guys haven't already seen it, we play this for a little bit. Let's see.
To all of the witnesses for being here. Before I want to visit with you, Ms. Matsky, but before I do, I just want to clear one thing up. Professor Bridges, you said several times, you've used a phrase, I want to make sure I understand what you mean by it. You've referred to people with a capacity for pregnancy. Would that be women?
Many women, cis women, have the capacity for pregnancy. Many cis women do not have the capacity for pregnancy. There are also trans men who are capable of pregnancy, as well as non-binary people who are capable of pregnancy.
So this isn't really a women's rights issue.
We can recognize that this impacts women while also recognizing that it impacts other groups. Those things are not mutually exclusive, Senator Hawley.
Oh, so your view is that the core of this
Wait. Again, you guys can watch it. You probably already watched it. I'll leave you the link, but let's go back real quick. Let's go back.
That this impacts women while also recognizing that it impacts other groups. Those things are not mutually exclusive.
That statement right there, mutually exclusive. That statement, before I put words in her mouth, let me see one more time, guys.
Women while also recognizing that it impacts other groups. Those things are not mutually
exclusive. That's just a term people start using. Like, it's not just one, like, doesn't have to be one way. Well, you're right. There's a lot of things that doesn't have to be one way. And they might be some gray areas and not everything's black and white. Totally. I get it. But there are things that are. And you can't just use language to kind of like, because this is my take. This individual's using that term that those things are not mutually exclusive. That's a play on words. So this person did not make a statement so therefore they did not answer a question, in my opinion. As a communications, this is my thing. My expertise is relationships and communications between relationships. So in this conversation, this is not a fair conversation.
Exclusive, Senator Hawley.
Not just not fair. This is not communicative. And you can't have communication without communication, meaning the person, you have to speak very clearly. So know how to speak very clearly and listen clearly and respond clearly and use the right words to convey what you really mean. That does not convey what you mean. That's exactly telling me that you're just going to be like, basically like pleading the fifth, whatever I say, it's because I said it and that's it. No. That's also can work for somebody to say, if I say I didn't rape you, I didn't rape you, even if I did, because I said it. Are you with me? I know the word rape sounds inflammatory. So let me go something more PG, right? Let's go, hey, I didn't touch your cereal. Say two roommates, living together. I didn't touch your cereal. Just because you said it and you act like you are convinced and you think I'm going to be convinced, you can't just shove it down my throat. Prove it to me. That's not an answer. They're not proving the question, whether it's a correct statement, incorrect statement. They're just standing their ground on deny would be one way to look at it. Wink, wink. Okay, guys, you get me? Nudge, nudge. All right.
Oh, so your view is that the core of this right then is about what?
So I want to recognize that your line of questioning is transphobic,
and that's okay. Love it. Again, you can watch this whole thing straight out. I'm going to pause it because, again, it's really easy to just listen and be like, when I don't think this or this, that, or again, you could have your glasses on maybe you already automatically take sides. You've already bought into one idea or the other, or one side or the other, supposedly, right? The whole world is divided because there's two types of people: those who know who they are and know what they believe in and nothing can dissuade them, and those who will believe in anything because they don't really have any core beliefs. It's really in the most simple way I can tell you. You could say maybe those who have more of their, moral high ground, are like the people that are more religious. I get it. You could say that, but I'm not going to say that because there's always people that don't fit that one side. All of a sudden, before there used to be, left, right, center, in the middle, liberal, right? Before there was more diversity, inclusivity than now when they're shoving it down your throat, because it doesn't work to shove anything down anybody's throat. You get me? Here we go back with the communication. So I'm sick of this, and you should be too. And you should be standing up and let's call everybody out. Everybody, next door neighbor, everybody. Like, let's stop letting people shove shit down our throat. And for the sake of not arguing, let's get better at communicating. If we're such great communicators and we're so right, we don't have to fight. We don't have to raise our voice. These are facts. So transphobic, which means that be afraid of something. That's phobia. transphobic. You're afraid, you have a phobia over transitioners because that's the word trans. It's from transition. So just because you want to make up and give it the meaning you want, and now you want me to, no, you can't brainwash me like that. That's how people should be thinking. You're just saying this. What the hell? So I wish I was that guy. I wish I was that senator right there. Being like, okay, you know what? Let's break down what you just said and I will annihilate you, because all you're doing is throwing made up words, labeled words, misused words. And on top of it, it's like you're convinced and it's an attack. Again, you can convince me the sky is purple all day long. And you know what? Yeah, you say a lie enough, people do believe you. And that's what's happening here. And I don't care about the topic. It's use your words right. And don't try to attack somebody to win your argument. Right then and there, not good.
Opens up trans people to violence by not recognizing them.
Wow, you're saying that I'm opening up people to violence by asking whether or not women are the folks who can have pregnancies?
So I'm...
Exactly. Do you see that? That was a really good comeback from him, because exactly. She's already assuming, he or she, I don't care who it is. That statement is already assuming, and you're attacking me and you're judging me. Exactly what you're acting like you are not, because you're all about inclusivity. Do you see what I mean? You're automatically telling me that you've got problems, you're attacking, you're judging, you're angry. What's wrong? What's really bothering this person? Unless they're just a recorder because of a group that they that they joined in, just like somebody who joins a church and a philosophy and a mentality. It's the same.
I want to note that 1 out of 5 transgender persons have attempted suicide. So I think it's important
because of my line of questioning? So we can't talk about it?
Because denying that trans people exist and pretending not to know that they exist.
I'm denying that trans people.
Oh my God. I get what she's saying. And yes, they do take their lives away on an alarming rate. It's a lot. Nobody should have to take their life away for any reason. And I get it, because think how strong the statement is. Almost sounds godlike. Again, look, listen.
Trans people exist and pretending not.
Because denying that trans people exist and pretending not to know that they exist is denying that they exist. We know they exist. That's why they're called transgender. So that, again, that's a lie. That's incorrect. Say what you really mean, my sweetheart, because that's false. See, I know. I'm not trying to nitpick, but just like there's body language experts, this is what I'm talking about.
Trans people exist by asking you if you're talking about women having pregnancies.
And look, again, are you that tactic? That's attack. And by the way, that's a low budget, low grade way of attacking people. Why? Because you can't defend your argument, because you really don't know what you're saying. What this individual is showing me is that they're repeating things. Because if you really know what you're saying, you don't have to respond that way. So again, you're pushing this shit down my throat. And I know this for years of people, throwing down my throat about religion and getting married and, having sex out of wedlock. See, all these things, this is the classic tactic. Aren't you going to get married? Aren't you going to have kids? Down my throat. Like, why is it okay for everybody to ask me 1,000 times if I'm going to get married or if I had kids? Why is that okay? It's not okay. Just like if I come to you and throw down your throat, why do you have to get married? Why do you have to have kids? Oh my God. Did you think you're more than that? I could do that too. But see, when the majority's against you, I get it. But this is not the way through that point in argument, and it's not going to make things better. And I don't want these people killing themselves. I do want everybody to thrive, because everybody is equal. But that is a false and incorrect statement.
That men can get pregnant?
No, I don't think women can get pregnant.
So you are denying that trans people exist?
And that leads to violence.
Again, trans. If this individual wants to say that trans can get pregnant, then you have to say a woman can get pregnant after she's transitioned while she hasn't changed her organs. You get that? And that's the thing, that this is about, I want to win the argument. And if you don't agree with me, you're the bad guy. Guys, bad. There's nothing good about that.
Violence. Is this how you run your classroom? Are students allowed to question?
I'm not into this guy. Again, I'm not into anybody, but I got to tell you that answer. That's something that crossed my mind. Is this how you talk to your students? Again, I wouldn't want these people teaching my children. If they don't know how to speak and they're supposed to be teachers, how are you going to be teaching? What are you teaching if you can't even talk and use your words right? What do we say when kids are getting off a clamped and they're crying and we're like, use your words, right? Use your words. And sometimes you have to say that to an adult as well. Use your words. And don't get me wrong, she's pretty composed, but this individual already has set their mind. So there's no dialogue here.
question you, or are they
Absolutely.
also treated like this, where
No, no, no,
they're
they're
told
allowed
that
to
they're
question me.
opening up people to violence?
We have a good
by
time in my
questioning.
class. You should join.
I bet.
You might learn a lot.
You
Wow.
see? So this person's also showing me that they're very young. Whether I was watching this video and I just heard the audio of this, that's what I would tell you. This person is young, inexperienced. Why are they really here? Like, was this person the best person to have this argument, or does this person request it? I don't know all these things, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to help people make their point. So if she came to me and I was coaching her, I would have prepped her for all these points. I would have been like, what are you going to talk about? And I would have given her the tools to really, defend her point correctly, because that's how you're going to get heard. And obviously everything else, right? It's like when you have the right recipe, right? When you got the right amount and the ingredients, you bake the perfect cake the same way.
I would learn a lot.
Now I can break down this whole thing. I want to show you guys how people are reacting. And I want to know if you guys see it too. And if you didn't, maybe with the way I said it, like, let me know. You guys have this. You got me.
God, I've learned a lot
I
just in this
know.
exchange.
Absolutely.
Extraordinary.
Yep.
Ms. Matsky.
Now he's being a smartass. You see, I get it. It's like I'm defeated, and it's natural to also act like, okay, I'm just gonna give it back the way I'm getting it. Doesn't really help the situation. You see, it's not working, is my point.